and welcome back to the channel. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy outside. It's winter in the southern hemisphere still. So I've been sitting here watching YouTube videos and I found one that is fascinating, totally fascinating. I thought I would share it with you. Now I can't put it on the screen unfortunately because it has written on the bottom of it, copyright periscopefilms.com. So obviously they're very protective of their copyright, and I know that if I even just put a little window up here with it playing, I'd probably get a copyright strike. That's how YouTube works. No such thing as fair use in the YouTube universe, unless you're a big corporate who has lots of money, then you can do whatever you like. But so it's a video, and it's a video about the hobby of flying model aircraft, and it's from the 1940s, I think it is. 1948. It's a long time ago. How long is it ago? It's like 80 years or something, isn't it? Something like that. You work it out. But it shows you how much this hobby has changed in a very, very relatively short space of time. Now, what you can see on the screen here is a van. I'll read what's written on it. It says it's the Plymouth Official Mobile Repair Unit for a model plane contest. This is in Detroit. This was a contest that was held. It was the second international model aircraft competition. It was, I think it was run by the AMA. I'm not sure. I think the AMA had something to do with it. But it was sponsored by the Plymouth Corporation, you know, the people that make cars from Detroit. So all over America, in fact, you know, around the world, people came to this competition, but all over America, Plymouth dealers got right involved with promoting the hobby, with supporting the hobby, with providing facilities and resources for young people, and predominantly young people, to build model aircraft to go to this big competition. Fantastic. It's quite a long video, 30 minutes. It's worth watching. It gets a bit boring at the end when they hand out the prizes, but you can see even then the huge amount of money and resource that went into organising this competition. And watch particularly in the beginning, because they relate the hobby to some of the most useful engineering and scientific developments in the history of the world, and how the hobby just cultivates the imagination in a way that nothing else does. I mean, in 1948, this was the hobby to end all hobbies. The public loved this hobby. If you look at the scenes where they've got the flying being done in stadiums and things, the bleachers, the grandstands are full of members of the public. It's not just people flying models. It was a huge draw card. People came to watch this hobby. It was a real spectator sport. Now, of course, that doesn't happen today. These days, if you go out in a park, you'll probably get arrested. So this is what we need to address. This is the things that have changed. Instead of being promoted as a healthy, outdoor, family-friendly, educational hobby, now we're being told, you people with your drones, you're just trouble, you're a nuisance, you're gonna spy on us, you're gonna blow us up, how could it have changed so much in a very short space of time? Because at the beginning of this video, they even acknowledge that the advances made by people in the hobby have contributed to the US defense, with the technology. So isn't that what we're doing today? Hasn't the hobby created all sorts of things like multi-rotor drones, which the military have then picked up and made their own, and large corporations have picked up and made their own? So why are we being vilified now when we're just doing what we always did and have done for many decades? Okay, so I don't know. I really don't know. But you've got to have a look at this. The AMA, in my opinion, should be trying to produce this kind of public opinion of the hobby again. We've lost it. We've totally lost it to the drone age. But we need to go out there and remind the public that this is what the hobby's about. It's about young people. It's about families. It's about safe, outdoor, educational fun that actually helps improve the world, the technology of the world. That's what it is. That's what we're doing. But that's been lost. It's been totally lost. And I think that's where the AMA and other bodies have dropped the ball. Now, one thing I noticed in this is the huge number of teenagers and younger involved in this competition in the hobby. Back then, it looked like almost every boy and a lot of girls were building model aircraft. Right? Now, if you go to compare the video here, this is the 1948 equivalent of the US Nationals. Compare it to the footage that the AMA has posted of the latest Nationals, the ones that were held just a week or so ago. The difference is astounding. These days, it's all old men like me, with expensive radio control models, and it's elderly gentlemen and perhaps sometimes their wives. It's not a family hobby anymore, as far as the AMA pictures it. It's for retired people to enjoy. And no, compare it also to Flight Fest. Flight Fest is far more like this. Flight Fest has got young people, it's got kids that are interested, it's educating kids, it's bringing them into the hobby, it's allowing them to build cheap stuff and providing the resources, just like the Plymouth Motor Company did, providing resources, providing support. That's where the future of the hobby is. That's the AMA. They've been a bit left behind. They're too focused on themselves, and as their membership ages, they're just focusing on the aged rather than the young people. Now, I may be wrong. AMA may be dragging lots of young people in. I don't see it because I'm on the other side of the world. I only see what's in the public eye. And the problem is the AMA is doing a really, really poor job of portraying the hobby to the public. And ultimately, we will live or die by public opinion. At the moment, public opinion, as I can see it, is very much against the hobby because of drones. It's thrown us all into disrepute. The action by very few has ruined it for everybody else. But we're not fighting back. We're not showing this sort of thing, saying, look, no, we're not droners, we're model flyers, and we do all this cool stuff. And you've got to get your kids out here enjoying the hobby. We're not doing that. Flight Fest is trying to do it, but Flight Fest is just one little organisation. It's not like the AMA, which has nearly over 200,000 members. Flight Fest is more of a commercial operation, isn't it? It's not designed as a representative body. So I think Flight Fest and the AMA should get together and work. I know they are working together from time to time, but there needs to be a complete rechange. There needs to be a focus away from old people like myself to the young people, and go out and find some sponsors. Go and see if maybe Toyota, maybe Nissan, maybe Honda, maybe there are still some American car companies, aren't there? If any of the American car companies left, why don't you show them this video and say, look, why don't you do this again? Why don't you sponsor the hobby and dissolve that misapprehension that the public has, that has been created by the media. Get rid of that perception that we're all evil and old and trying to spy on people while they sunbathe in the backyard. No, we want to recreate these halcyon days of the 1940s when the hobby was just so popular and so well received by the public. Anyway, as I say, go and look at the video. I'll put a link in the description of this video. It's about 30 minutes long. Watch as much of it as you can and just reflect on how things have changed and how perhaps we could bring things back if we really tried. And then come back to this video and put your comments on here, because I want to hear what people think. Can we do better than we have been doing? Have we lost this forever, or can we recover these halcyon days? Can we get the hobby back into the public opinion, raise the public opinion of the hobby? What can we do? Anyway, I'd like you to do that. I'm going to do another video very shortly on the alleged drone attack against the Venezuelan president, because, oh my goodness, the media's going to have a field day with this one. We need to be ready to counter that, and I'll tell you how we do that. But this is your task for today. Go and look at that video. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I wasn't alive then, but I can see how kids of the era fell in love with this hobby through the support of families, the public, the media. Everybody was supporting this hobby. Let's make it happen again. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you don't. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, well, you should be really, because I'm nice and I do videos. And that's it for a cold, damp, windy Sunday in the Southern Hemisphere. Bye for now.